So the question reads, define globalization. You guys say the process of interaction and integration among citizens, companies, government worldwide, the emergence of a single world market, I like that one, facilitated by improved technology and communication. I love that one the most. Globalization is the process of integration among people, governments, and companies, the integration of companies, technology, goods, and services to make them worldwide. All right, you guys get a general idea, but I love the one that I said here the most, right? It's very similar to so globalization is the increase in economic integration and interdependence of countries through unrestricted movement of goods, services, labor, technology, capital across international borders. It's the emergence of a single world market, right? So let me find back the paper. B now, three challenges of e-commerce to the consumer. What are three challenges consumers face if they want to indulge in e-commerce, buying online, basically? So I said, I love Maria Owen. Globalization is the emergence of a single world market facilitated by improved technology, communication, and trade, I would add in, right? Right, so three challenges of e-commerce, three challenges of e-commerce to consumers. I want to go to it where I have it too to show you what exactly we can be looking for. So you guys said poor return policies. I agree with that. Sometimes lack of warranties, absurd requirements, um, retraining, money laundering. I don't quite agree with it. The retraining might be a disadvantage to businesses or might be a disadvantage to workers, but not really customers, right? So the challenges of e-commerce. Go in a bit more when you say absurd requirements. What do you mean? But I see Zayn says here, cybersecurity and scams, there's one of them. So again, the main problems are the buyers, remember, not just generally. So we have here the privacy and security issues relating to credit card fraud. We talk about for consumers, there's a lack of information on the product or a lack of reviews, right? So a lack of information, a lack of reviews, getting a refund or return policies are poor, right? And spams are also frustrating because when you buy one thing, you end up with several spamming emails after. So those are some disadvantages to the consumer because the consumer is to the question, not generally like money laundering and workers losing jobs because of physical businesses are closing down, but yeah, to the consumer, cybersecurity issues, poor return policies, right? Lack of information, things like those. So C, CARICOM is currently a common market. Using the characteristics of the stages of integration, justify this statement. A question you can potentially see or something like it. Do you remember the stages of economic integration? Let me find it for you again in our notes as you send me your answers. What are the stages? What stage of economic integration is CARICOM? Federation, Carifta? No, that is not what we're looking for, right? That's not what we're looking for. Right, I have it there. I'll go down in a second. Let me get your answers before to see what you guys think about this one. Because again, it's your paper. I want to hear your answers. Y'all are serious. The stages of integration, you need to justify. These are the stages of integration, right? You need to say, okay, the fourth stage of integration is preferential trade agreements. This is where members just charge each other lower than normal tariffs, right? The next stage of integration is where we have not lower tariffs for our internal group, but we have zero internal tariff, but we each might charge our individual external tariff. Our third stage is a custom union. This is where there is zero internal tariffs and common external tariffs. But at CARICOM and at CSME, we are beyond this. We are at a custom market. This is similar to the custom union, allowing us to have zero internal tariffs and common external tariff, but we also are free to move around labor and finance, right? So this is where we at, and you have to justify it given a layout similar to this here, right? You can argue we are not at an economic and monetary union because we don't have common currency, such as the EU. The EU is an economic union which has a single currency and single economic policy for a lot of its states. You have to do a lot of consulting. And 6 is complete harmonization. No one is at that right now, right? So that is how you're supposed to highlight which stage CARICOM is at. We are at the fourth stage, right? A common market. Are you following what I just said? Yes or no? Again, everything is in your notes as well. Everything is in your notes. Everything is in your notes. I have everything set up for you. So 2 benefits to CARICOM states of being a member of CARICOM. 2 benefits to Caribbean states of being a member of CARICOM. The benefits, as you guys said, is free movement of capital and labor. You might start this off by saying, by being a member of CARICOM, a lot of member states are also part of CSME, which allows them to have movement of capital and goods, right? But I want to highlight to you that another benefit that some of you might overlook is international recognition, right? CARICOM, being a representative of 15 member states, is more or might have more bargaining power and official recognition and status compared to if these small island states were to do this on their own, right? So if Barbados on its own call for global warming is a problem, it might not have as much effect as when the entire CARICOM calls for it, right? So better recognition and bargaining power globally and representation, right? And you can use that example what I gave you. So we are able to have a say against bigger states, correct, Zay? Um, we also able to have enhanced level of economies of scale because we are now not only catering for our local market, we're catering for the regional market. So farms are able to benefit from economies of scale. We're able to access even, we're able to have better technology because we are again able to share technology in the region, as Maria said, right? So just some points to pay attention to remember. And let's move on quickly to 4. What define the term balance of payment. Define the term balance of payment. All right, remember we got a lot of time this afternoon. We can go up to 11, maybe a little bit later. So what is the balance of payment? For 2 marks, I don't think inflows and outflows alone would get all of our marks, right? I would start off by saying the balance of payment, um, it shows all transactions between a country and the rest of the world for a given period. Yes, correct there, Maria. It includes all payments and receipts detailing the inflows and outflows of cash into a country. That's going to give us a nice 2 marks. We don't want to leave marks in the table, folks, right? So again, the balance of payment is a summary of all the transactions between a country and the rest of the world for a given period. It details the payment and receipts and the inflows and outflows into the country, right? So anything along those lines, I see a lot of you sending answers very similar. Again, try your best to include 2 points if it's for 2 marks. As I said there, the first point is it's a summary of the transactions, and the second point was basically, or the second thing to add is that it shows the inflows and outflows as well, right? Yes, we said transaction, but what are the transaction, receipts and payments, inflows and outflows, right? So list the 3 type of exchange rate regimes. List the 3 type of, so Maya says manage floating fixed, yeah. Floating fixed manage, yeah, we know the thing. Distinguish between investment income and FDI, basically. Investment income and FDI. Right? So indicate for me where's the difference between FDI and investment income. I'm waiting on that. Right? So again, investment income is the money that someone earns from an asset bought, right? Um, it includes dividends, it includes appreciation, it includes rental income, right? Any money from an asset bought, right? Whereas foreign direct investment is an investment by foreigners into another nation, right? Investing in plant, investing in um, capital, setting up a business basically, right? And lastly, 2 ways in which devaluation can improve a country's BOP, right? Well, quickly, we just know that devaluation makes a country I skipped some. Oh, yeah, I didn't realize that. Indicate where investment income and FDI will go in the BOP, right? So where will the two go? Investment income will go in the current account, right? Under net property income from abroad. And FDI will go in capital account, right? As an inflow. Both will be inflows. Or both could be outflows, depending on the context. But investment income, usually the current account on the net property income from abroad, and investment income from capital, right? Sorry, FDI in capital. So this meeting might end. We still have one more question to go.